Alright guys, so what I'm going to show you today is this little worksheet that I created for you all. It's called Graphically Evaluating Functions. So we've talked about functions and what they are. We've also talked about how to plug stuff into functions. Okay? But what we're going to do today is we're going to figure these out graphically using our Desmos calculator. Okay? If you have this open and you don't want to go back to Google Classroom, you can always click on this and open up the Desmos calculator this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this off to one side and have my Desmos calculator over here. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take these equations here and put them into the first equation bar in our Desmos calculator. Okay? You may type f of x if you like. I'm lazy, so I'm just going to type y because it's the exact same thing. Okay? So we're going to type this in just like it's written. Y equals negative x plus 2. You'll get a graph. This one is a linear equation, so you can see it's just going to be a straight line. And they want us to evaluate at f equals negative 4. So they basically want us to take this x, plug it in for negative 4, and then figure out what that is, okay, what our output would be. Well, we could use our table, we could just plug it in, but since they want x being equal to negative 4, we're just going to type that in our second equation line. And what you will get when you do that is you will get a point of intersection. That point of intersection is where our output is located. If we were to input negative 4, which is this input here, this vertical line, we will get an output of 6. So I'm going to come over to my sheet. I'm going to write 6. Simple as that. Okay. This is a lot like the vertical line test in that our input is represented by a vertical line. Okay. You remember that if it only hits one point on our graph, then it is a function. All right. Let's do number 2. I'm just going to leave these in here like this so I can just edit them as I go. X, remember it's shift 6 for the exponent, squared. If you press the right arrow key, you will get down off the exponent. If you don't press the right arrow key, you're going to end up typing up there and stuff, okay? So just press the right arrow key, minus 5. There's our parabola, and in this case, we want x being equal to 3 instead of negative 4. 3. Again, here's our intersection. If you click on that point, it should hold it there for you. Then I'm just going to come over here. If I input 3, I get an output of 7. So I'm going to put 7 with this one here. Okay? So that's how you do 1 through 5. Is you'll just type in the first line the function given, and in the second line you'll type x equals that number in parentheses there. Okay? If you're unsure of how to type in all these different equations, please check the parent functions video, the one I posted before this one. Okay? When you come down here though, verse 6 through 10, the process changes slightly. Okay? The equations are exactly the same as before, negative x plus 2, but now it wants you to find x when f of x is 4. Okay? So when our output is 4, what was our input? Well, if you remember, f of x is just another way to say y. So what I'm going to do is instead of saying x equals 4, I'm going to type y equals 4. Okay? And if I do that, I get another point of intersection. If I have an output of 4, that means I have an input of negative 2. Okay? And you'll do the same thing with 7. X, control 6 squared, plus x minus 5. And then we're just going to change the number to y equals -3. And then what you'll notice here is instead of just 1 point of intersection, you will get 2. Okay? I want you guys to report both of those numbers. Oops, let's put it on the line with it. -2 and 1. Okay? So remember, for 1 through 5, in your second line, you're typing x equals that number. For 6 through 10, you're typing y equals that number in the second line. Okay? And you're just looking for your points of intersection. Alright guys, that's it. If you guys have any questions about this, please email me, send me a remind message, anything, and I'll help you out as quickly as I can. Thanks guys.